Hello and welcome to English Tales. Are you learning English? Awesome! Let's improve your English with an engaging story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Let's begin.
What if I told you that the man most people credit for McDonald's didn't actually invent it? In fact, Ray Kroc wasn't the founder of McDonald's. He didn't create its menu, its golden arches, or even its famous assembly line kitchen. But he did something far more powerful. He saw what others didn't. Ray Kroc was already in his 50s when he stumbled upon a small but efficient burger stand run by two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald. Most people would have seen just another fast food joint, but Kroc? He saw a global empire. What followed was a relentless pursuit of an opportunity that would change not only his own destiny, but also the way the world eats. Today, McDonald's serves nearly 70 million customers daily in over 100 countries. But how did it get there? And more importantly, what can entrepreneurs learn from the man who built this empire? In this video, we'll explore how Ray Kroc transformed a small California burger stand into the world's most dominant fast food chain. We'll break down his vision, persistence, and business acumen, uncovering the strategies and mindset shifts that turned him from a struggling salesman into a billionaire. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with powerful lessons on business, opportunity, and success, ones that you can apply to your own career, no matter where you are today. Because if Ray Kroc could build an empire in his 50s, imagine what's still possible for you. Now, let's rewind the clock and take a look at the McDonald's before Ray Kroc entered the picture. Long before McDonald's became a household name, it was just a small burger stand in San Bernardino, California. In 1940, two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened a drive-in restaurant that operated like most others at the time. Car hops took orders, and food was made fresh, but slowly. After running the business for a few years, the brothers noticed a problem: speed and efficiency. Customers wanted their food faster, and traditional drive-ins weren't built for speed. So in 1948, they made a bold move. They shut down their restaurant for 3 months to completely reinvent their system. When they reopened, they introduced the Speedy Service System, a revolutionary way of preparing food. Instead of traditional short-order cooking, they streamlined the process like a factory assembly line. They focused on just a few items: burgers, fries, and shakes. Each employee had a specialized role, working in a synchronized manner to produce food in under 30 seconds, a speed unheard of at the time. The changes were a hit. Customers loved the fast service, consistent quality, and low prices. Soon, people were lining up for their 15-cent hamburgers, a fraction of the cost of competing restaurants. Despite their success, Richard and Maurice had no grand ambitions. They were content running a handful of locations and maintaining control over their system. They lacked the vision to scale their business nationwide. At the time, franchising was becoming a growing trend in the restaurant industry. Other chains, like Dairy Queen, were rapidly expanding, but the McDonald brothers hesitated. They had previously tried franchising but found it difficult to maintain quality standards across multiple locations. Their strict processes worked well in a controlled environment, but expanding meant trusting others to replicate their system. This hesitation is what separated the visionaries from the operators. The McDonald brothers had created an efficient, profitable business, but they didn't see the bigger picture. Then, in 1954, a traveling salesman selling milkshake machines came across their restaurant. His name? Ray Kroc. And unlike the McDonald brothers, he saw something much, much bigger. Kroc was about to change everything. Before Ray Kroc became the mastermind behind McDonald's, he was just another struggling salesman. Born in 1902 in Oak Park, Illinois, Kroc had a restless spirit and a relentless work ethic, but for most of his life, he couldn't seem to catch a big break. As a teenager, he lied about his age to join the Red Cross as an ambulance driver during World War I, but the war ended before he was deployed. After that, he drifted through various jobs: pianist, paper cup salesman, and eventually a traveling salesman for multi-mixer milkshake machines. Kroc was always on the road, selling machines that could make 5 milkshakes at once, a product he believed would revolutionize diners. But business was slow. By the time he was in his early 50s, most people would have settled into an ordinary life. But Kroc wasn't most people. One day in 1954, Kroc received an unusual order. A single restaurant in San Bernardino had requested 8 multimixers, far more than any normal diner would ever need. Intrigued, he decided to visit the place himself. What he saw stunned him. The restaurant, owned by Richard and Maurice McDonald, was unlike anything he had ever seen before. Customers weren't waiting for their food. Instead, the kitchen functioned like a well-oiled machine, producing burgers, fries, and shakes at record speed. The efficiency, the simplicity, the crowds, it all clicked in Kroc's mind. To the McDonald brothers, it was just a good business. To Ray Kroc, it was a gold mine waiting to be expanded. Kroc immediately approached the brothers with an idea: franchising. If one McDonald's could run this efficiently, imagine hundreds, maybe thousands across the country, all operating with the same assembly line precision. The brothers were skeptical. They had tried franchising before but failed because franchisees didn't follow their strict system. They didn't want the headache of managing a large network. But Ray Kroc was persistent. He believed in the vision more than the founders themselves. He made them a promise. He would handle the entire franchising process himself. All they had to do was sit back and collect their share. Eventually, the brothers reluctantly agreed. Kroc secured the rights to expand McDonald's under his own company, with the brothers receiving a small percentage of each franchise's profits. At 52 years old, most people would be thinking about retirement. Instead, Ray Kroc was about to build a global empire. But first, he had to overcome one major challenge. He had no money and no experience running a restaurant chain. That didn't stop him. Ray Kroc had finally secured the franchising rights for McDonald's, but there was a problem. He had no money to fund its expansion. Despite his confidence, Kroc was deep in debt, and banks were skeptical about lending to a 52-year-old salesman with no experience in the restaurant business. But if there was one thing Kroc was known for, it was relentless persistence. Instead of waiting for funding, Kroc started small. He opened his first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois in 1955. From day one, he set out to build a brand that was consistent, scalable, and unlike anything else in the food industry. To maintain quality, he personally selected franchisees, choosing only those who shared his obsession with efficiency and service. Unlike other fast food chains, which sold franchises to anyone who could afford them, Kroc focused on training and discipline, ensuring that every McDonald's operated exactly the same way. This was his genius. He wasn't just selling burgers, he was selling a system. But even with a growing network of stores, money was tight. Kroc was making almost nothing because his agreement with the McDonald brothers left them with most of the profits. He was working harder than ever but barely making ends meet. Then came the breakthrough that changed everything. In 1956, Kroc met Harry Sonneborn, a financial expert who helped him see the business from a different perspective. Sonneborn pointed out that Kroc had been focusing on the wrong thing. The real money wasn't in selling hamburgers, it was in real estate. Instead of just franchising stores, Kroc created the Franchise Realty Corporation, a company that would buy the land on which McDonald's locations were built. He would then lease that land to franchisees, guaranteeing steady revenue before they even sold a single burger. This strategy was a game changer. It allowed Kroc to gain total control over his franchise network, forcing franchisees to stick to his strict quality standards while securing a consistent cash flow. With this new model, McDonald's wasn't just a restaurant company anymore, it was a real estate empire. As McDonald's expanded, tensions grew between Kroc and the McDonald brothers. The brothers felt increasingly sidelined as Kroc took more control. Eventually, in 1961, Kroc made them an offer, $2.7 million to buy them out completely. They accepted the deal, but on one condition: they would keep their original San Bernardino store. Kroc, furious that they wouldn't give up full control, opened a new McDonald's just down the street, putting them out of business within months. The final insult? The brothers were promised a 0.5% royalty on future McDonald's sales, which would have made them billionaires today. But the deal was never put in writing, and they never saw a cent. From that moment forward, Ray Kroc was the undisputed owner of McDonald's. But now, he had an even bigger goal: to take the brand global. With complete control over McDonald's, Ray Kroc went all in on expansion. He had already proven that his franchise model worked, but now he wanted something bigger: a global fast food empire. Kroc believed that McDonald's wasn't just about food. It was about consistency, speed, and affordability. Every McDonald's, no matter where it was, had to deliver the exact same experience. Whether a customer walked into a McDonald's in California or New York, they needed to get the same burger, the same fries, and the same level of service. To achieve this, Kroc set strict quality control measures, ensuring that every franchise followed his blueprint down to the smallest detail. Kroc's obsession with consistency led to the creation of the Hamburger University in 1961, a training center for McDonald's franchisees and managers. Here, they learned everything about running a McDonald's restaurant, from cooking procedures to customer service. His strategy paid off. By the late 1960s, McDonald's had opened hundreds of new locations, and by 1971, it had expanded internationally, launching stores in Canada, Japan, Germany, and Australia. McDonald's wasn't just an American brand anymore, it was a global phenomenon. The Golden Arches became a universal symbol of fast food. The introduction of Ronald McDonald in 1963 positioned McDonald's as a family-friendly brand. Catchy slogans like "You deserve a break today" made McDonald's a household name. Promotions like Happy Meals and Playgrounds turned McDonald's into the ultimate family destination. By the 1970s and 80s, McDonald's wasn't just a restaurant, it was a cultural force. Under Kroc's leadership, McDonald's growth was unstoppable. By 1970, McDonald's had over 1,500 locations. By 1980, McDonald's had expanded to over 5,000 restaurants worldwide. By 1984, the company had sold its 50 billionth hamburger. Kroc had turned a small burger stand into the world's most powerful fast food brand. Despite his massive success, Kroc faced criticism and challenges. Some accused McDonald's of prioritizing profits over quality. Others blamed him for using aggressive tactics to dominate the market. McDonald's also faced backlash over its impact on health, with growing concerns about fast food contributing to obesity. But Kroc was unapologetic. His job wasn't to change eating habits, but to give people what they wanted, quickly and affordably. Even after stepping down as CEO in 1973, Kroc remained deeply involved in McDonald's. He spent his later years investing in baseball, buying the San Diego Padres, and donating millions to charity. Ray Kroc passed away in 1984 at the age of 81, but his legacy lives on. Today, McDonald's has over 38,000 locations in more than 100 countries, serving nearly 70 million customers daily. His philosophy of vision, persistence, and execution continues to inspire entrepreneurs worldwide. But as much as Kroc is celebrated, there's another side to his story, one that makes his success more controversial than most people realize. Ray Kroc is often hailed as a business genius, a man who saw what others couldn't and built a global empire from the ground up. But his rise to the top wasn't without controversy. While many admire his ambition, others see him as a ruthless businessman who was willing to do whatever it took to win, even if it meant crushing those who helped him get there. One of the biggest criticisms of Kroc's legacy is the way he pushed out the original founders, Richard and Maurice McDonald. While Kroc didn't steal their idea, he legally acquired the company, many believe he took advantage of them. The McDonald brothers, satisfied with running their few locations, lacked the vision and drive to expand. But when they finally agreed to sell their company to Kroc for $2.7 million in 1961, they made one critical mistake. They trusted him without a contract. As part of the handshake deal, Kroc promised them a 0.5% royalty on all future McDonald's sales, a percentage that would have made them billionaires today. But Kroc never followed through. Since the agreement was never put in writing, the McDonald brothers never saw a dime. Adding insult to injury, Kroc refused to let them use their own last name on their original San Bernardino location. When they tried to keep operating it, Kroc opened a new McDonald's just down the street, driving them out of business. To this day, the original McDonald's location is gone, while Kroc's empire thrives under his name. Kroc wasn't just competitive, he was ruthless. He once famously said, "If any of my competitors were drowning, I'd stick a hose in their mouth and turn on the water." This aggressive mindset helped him dominate the fast food industry, but it also made him a controversial figure. He was known for underpricing and outcompeting local businesses, forcing smaller restaurants to close, pushing franchisees to the limit, enforcing strict rules to maintain control, refusing to take no for an answer, even when others doubted him. For some, these tactics were necessary for success. For others, they painted Kroc as a cold-blooded businessman who prioritized profits over people. The debate over Ray Kroc's legacy comes down to one key question. Was he a visionary leader who transformed the fast food industry, or a ruthless businessman who stepped on others to get to the top? The truth is, he was both. Kroc's relentless ambition made McDonald's a global icon, but it also left behind a trail of people who felt cheated. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. His impact on business and entrepreneurship is undeniable. But what can today's entrepreneurs learn from his story? Let's break down the key lessons from Ray Kroc's journey. Love him or hate him, Ray Kroc's business strategies turned McDonald's into a multi-billion-dollar empire. His journey wasn't just about selling burgers, it was about vision, execution, and persistence. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business student, or someone looking for motivation, there are key lessons from his story that you can apply to your own career. The McDonald brothers saw a restaurant. Ray Kroc saw a global brand. This difference in vision was what separated a small-town success story from a worldwide empire. Many entrepreneurs focus too much on the short term, only thinking about immediate success. Kroc teaches us to look ahead, scale up, and think bigger than our competition. Ask yourself, are you thinking big enough? Are you limiting your potential by settling for what's comfortable? Opportunities are everywhere, but only those who recognize them can truly succeed. Ray Kroc was 52 years old, broke, and struggling when he discovered McDonald's. He had failed multiple times, worked countless jobs, and spent years selling milkshake machines with little success. Most people would have given up, but not Kroc. He kept pushing forward. He refused to accept that his best years were behind him. Key takeaway: success doesn't follow a timeline. It's never too late to start, change direction, or chase a dream. At first glance, McDonald's is in the fast food business, but Kroc's genius move was realizing that the real money was in real estate. By owning the land beneath McDonald's franchises, he guaranteed long-term revenue before a single burger was sold, controlled the brand by making franchisees dependent on him, created a sustainable business model beyond just food sales. Lesson: look beyond the obvious. Sometimes, the real opportunity isn't in what you sell, but how you structure your business. Think about your own career. Are you missing a hidden advantage in your industry? Could a small shift in strategy unlock massive growth? Kroc didn't just expand McDonald's. He took over completely. He bought out the McDonald brothers because he wanted full control over the company's future. In business, compromises can slow you down. If you believe in something strongly enough, sometimes you have to go all in and make bold decisions. Don't let others hold you back. Own your ideas and take charge of your future. McDonald's success isn't about having the best burgers. It's about having the best system. Kroc didn't just sell food. He sold a repeatable, scalable model that could be replicated anywhere. This is what makes businesses last for decades instead of disappearing after a few years. Ask yourself, is your business built to scale? Can it run without you? Have you created systems that ensure consistency and efficiency? Ray Kroc wasn't perfect, but he was relentless. His story proves that success isn't just about having a great idea. It's about execution, timing, and persistence. His lessons apply to entrepreneurs, professionals, and dreamers alike. The real question is, what are you doing with your opportunities? Now, let's wrap up with some final thoughts and a powerful call to action. Ray Kroc's story is more than just the tale of McDonald's rise. It's a blueprint for entrepreneurial success. His journey proves that opportunity isn't just about luck. It's about vision, persistence, and execution. Kroc saw what others missed, acted when others hesitated, and built something far bigger than himself. Whether you admire his business genius or criticize his ruthless tactics, one fact remains: he changed the world. Now, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Comment below, what was your biggest lesson from Ray Kroc's story? Share this video with someone who needs motivation. Subscribe for more powerful business stories and success strategies. Success starts with action. Go build your empire.